Welcome back to Six and Flicks, everybody. This is the Flicks portion of our channel, and today
why do we have to say that? It's a different video. Just tell them what they want to hear.
Today we will be reviewing Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
You will be reviewing it because you don't have a life and go to the movies every single day of the week.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, so anyway, it stars Eva Green as Miss Peregrine. Asa what?
Who's that?
Who's Eva Green?
Yeah, I don't know these actresses.
You see the new 300?
No.
Did you see Sin City: A Dame to Kill For?
No.
Did you see?
We might be here a while.
Did you see? You know, it doesn't fucking matter. Stars Eva Green.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it, please. Sam Jackson is the villain, and Asa Butterfield. It's a kid from Ender's Game. He was originally going to be Spider-Man, but they pulled the plug on him because they met up with him to talk to him about it, saying like, "Hey, we want you as Spider-Man." He's like, "All right, cool." And they posted it all over Twitter like a fucking idiot, and they were like, "Hey, man, you kind of blew the lid off that one a little fast. It was supposed to be a surprise, so go fuck yourself." At least that's what I've read. But yeah, now he's back in a Tim Burton movie called Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and essentially it is about this little boy that grew up with his parents. He was obsessed with his grandfather because his grandfather used to tell him stories about these kids that were peculiar. You know, one was like an invisible boy, and one was a girl that was light as air, and she would float away if she didn't have metal shoes on, and all these different kids, and they were in a school, kind of like an X-Men, with a teacher, kind of like Professor X, except her name is Miss Peregrine, played by Eva Green. And when the grandfather gets attacked and mauled, he begs his grandson to go and find these people and warn them that danger is coming. And that is essentially what the movie is about.
Okay.
Now, what I think about the movie is it was okay. It was...
Great. That was a waste of 2 minutes.
It was okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing. I like Tim Burton. You know, he has very good visuals. I feel like every time Tim Burton comes out with a movie, they kind of just throw all the money at him. They're like, make whatever you want. You know, you've had us a lot of success before. But it really feels like this movie didn't have any heart. Like, I never cared about anybody. I guess I cared a little bit about Asa Butterfield, the main character. But,
Wait. Is that the person's name? Like the actor's name?
That's the actor's name. I'm not...
Was it Butterfield?
Yeah. Pretty...
Yep,
Butterfield. Yeah. But
Butterfield.
I mean, he was okay. It was cool seeing all these kids. I felt like I was watching like it was PG-13 first of all, but I felt like I was watching like a PG X-Men.
Well, I mean, some PG-13s are a little bit on the R side.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this one wasn't.
You know, he always has great visuals. When shit's going down, it never looks like CGI. It looks real. The acting's okay. I mean, like I said, you don't really care about any of the other kids there. I mean, they're cool, like, to see, like, the things they can do, but they have, like, no character development. You care a little bit about Miss Peregrine because you see what she's went through and the history she's had with Asa Butterfield's grandfather before he got attacked and everything. And, he kind of just goes there to help warn them that something's coming, and then he winds up having a gift that actually saves them all, and he winds up fighting Sam Jackson, who is essentially... They tried to harness a power to make them immortal, but it turned them into like these crazed monsters, and they look like these weird Slender Man looking things. And the way to get back to looking like a human, so they could hide, is by eating eyeballs of other peculiar kids with gifts. So they essentially go around the place eating all these like kids with gifts eyeballs, and you know, he goes to the school and he's like, "I gotta protect you," but his gift is he could see them. They're invisible to everybody else, so the other kids there can't see these monsters when they come for them. But Asa Butterfield can, so he's essentially fighting them off. Sam Jackson just plays this stupid comic book, corny, fucking villain. They have these like fake like shark teeth and white eyes, and I don't know. He was just such a corny villain. I just couldn't take him seriously. And all the other monsters were like, okay, I guess the fighting was cool. They have like this one scene at the end where like this one kid's gift is to like, spoiler alert, little spoiler alert. This one kid's gift is to he can make things alive. Like if he took clay, like and made a little man, he has a gift to like make a little organ and like stick it in that little man, and now that little man's alive. So that he like.
What kind of drugs do you have to take to watch this movie?
I would say all of them.
Okay, because Tim Burton is known.
Yeah.
Just from the people I know, it's like
Yeah, I mean Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, it's a little trippy.
Nightmare
but
on Elm Street.
Not Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare Before
Christmas. But there's like a cool fight scene at the end where the kid they find like this ship underwater that's has all dead bodies, but it's a pirate ship. So he like summons like a bunch of like skeleton pirates to come and like fight this war.
So what would you say is the CGI to actual life ratio? Like how much?
When it came
CGI?
down, how much CGI?
Yeah, if you'd have to put a percentage on it.
It's really kind of it's gonna be more real because like the first half of the movie really is all just this kid's journey to find the school.
After they find the school.
After they find the school, even then I'm sure they use practical effects for like some of the gifts because not like two kids that had like these creepy faces were always hidden under a mask. So essentially it was just two kids wearing a costume the whole time. So they didn't need any CGI. The girl that could float didn't need any CGI. They just used practical effects. The boy that could make things living didn't need any CGI. There was an invisible boy. He had a lot of CGI. And then
obviously
most of the CGI happened in the last like 40% of the movie. So it was more practical and more real. It was okay. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I wouldn't recommend going to see it in theater. It's a little long. It's over 2 hours. Kind of overstays its welcome a little bit. They could have wrapped it up a little bit. And I guess if it's home, like if you're home, it's on TV or it comes. If Redbox it, you can rent it on Redbox if you're really not doing anything one night. If you like Tim Burton, probably gonna like it.
Yeah, or if you're doing mushrooms.
Yeah, or if you're doing drugs, take this. Then you'll probably have a great fucking time. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll be back to you with the Girl on the Train review coming soon. Smack that like button.